Hello everybody, what's going on? Grant Vogel here with a new commentary from the newest Last of Us DLC. Right there on the screen is the class that I am using. I am using two specific things from the DLC. I'm using the burst pistol, which costs 1 loadout point, and also the perk, or the booster rather, known as Lethal Efficiency 2. Lethal Efficiency allows you to basically do special executions way faster than normal. And what I've done here is I've gotten a mix of really cool perks and as well as the burst rifle. Just a really good class loadout for basically getting tons of points by doing special executions. The way I've done this is by obviously Lethal Efficiency 2 lets me do the special executions very quickly. It's just a quick neck snap, as you'll see many times throughout the game. And in addition, I also equipped Scavenger 2 because what Scavenger 2 does is it makes you pick up ammo automatically. You don't have to bend down and pick it up. You just walk over it and you pick it up. And also you get double ammo with that. So the reason why I chose that is because when you're doing these really quick special executions, you don't want to have to stop and scramble for the ammo and the parts that you just that the enemy you killed just dropped. You know, you just want to like automatically pick it up and be on your way and get out of there, because essentially, like I've always said basically in all my videos, like don't really bother doing special executions most of the time unless there's nobody around, because the problem is it leaves you vulnerable for like 4 or 5 seconds and it's just usually not worth the trouble. But usually, you know, if you mix this with Scavenger 2, you know, not only is your special execution very quick, but you don't even have to like stay there for any time looking for the parts that you just dropped. Except, you know, occasionally if you kill someone or if you execute them on a, you know, on a slope, sometimes there's sort of a glitch and the parts will appear kind of far away from you and you'll have to run over there and go walk over them. But that's really a small hindrance to the overall class design. In addition, a very important part of this is I have Executioner 3 equipped, and normally this is sort of like a stealth kind of perk, I believe. I mean, it gives you extra shivs when you craft them, and in addition it gives you double parts for shiving. But the later levels of the perk also give you extra points for special executions, and specifically with Executioner 3, double the parts for special execution. So right there, I mean, I saw 75 plus 90 plus 50, that's over 200 parts just for doing that special execution, not to mention the points I got for downing him. So I would say per kill, or for every person you down and special execute with this class loadout, you get about 300 parts. That's kind of insane. That means you get a few downs and a few kills. You're looking at like 1,000 parts and you can buy armor. And that's really, you know, that's one of the things I figured out about this class very quickly was, you know, one of its strengths really is that because you don't have any purchasables, because you're just upgrading a pistol, which is pretty cheap, you have a lot of parts, and that means you're able to use armor like pretty freely. Like, you know, usually you want to be careful with when you use armor, because people can just knock it off with a few shots and then you're left vulnerable, and that's not good, because essentially, I mean, the only reason why you would buy armor is for if you get in a tight spot. And what this class allows you to do is you can just buy armor all the time because you have so many parts from just, you know, executing people. So you'll see that throughout the match. I'm almost always equipped with armor, at least in the later parts of the match when I've already upgraded my pistol and I've got tons of parts and everything. And I know it's starting out a little bit slow here. I've only gotten maybe 1 or 2 kills so far. But just wait. Just you wait. Like in a minute or two, it's crazy. I get, you know, an insane number of kills and executions, and I really recommend this class. Also, in addition, I also have Strategist 1 equipped, and that's just because, you know, there's one leftover loadout point. And it seemed to me that the best option of all the loadout points that cost 1 point. Did I just say loadout points that cost 1 load? I think I did. Of all the boosters that cost 1 loadout point, I think that was the best one, because essentially, since it allows you to know that you're marked and you want to get these special executions, you know, it could be dangerous if you're marked to go get a special execution, because then people would see you getting that execution and they would probably go after you. So, I think that's enough on the actual class loadout. I will let you guys watch the gameplay, and I will be talking about a few other things throughout the rest of the video. So first of all, I've been gone a little while, haven't been making too many videos, and that's because of a few reasons I'm not going to get into all that much, but basically I've been working on a project that I mentioned a long time ago to you guys in another commentary, like all the way back in March, I think. Basically I mentioned the idea just sort of in passing. I didn't think it was that cool or anything. I thought it was cool, but I didn't think you guys would think it was that cool. I mentioned the idea of doing like a really cinematic playthrough of The Last of Us, and editing it in a way that sort of feels like a movie and playing it in a way that sort of feels like a movie, you know, with special camera angles and finding the most cinematic route through action scenes or through, you know, combat scenarios, and just generally playing in a way that's not glitchy, you know, where everything flows properly, all the animations flow properly, and it feels like a choreographed scene. And to my surprise, this idea really stuck with a number of you, a great number of you, and it really stuck to the point where I've gotten messages of people, you know, explaining to me why they think if anyone were to do this, why I should be the person to do it, and how they would support it in any way they could, and, you know, all these crazy things. And for a long time I ignored it, but at some point I just realized how great the demand for it was, and I decided to start working on it, like, really. And what I'll be uploading in a few days probably is a sample of what that playthrough, of what this cinematic playthrough idea would look like. It's essentially a rough draft. It's like a proof of concept video in Pittsburgh, where I play through maybe 10 minutes of the game and just sort of demonstrate what I'm talking about, so you guys can see if in fact this is something that you guys want me to go all the way through and make for the entire campaign, or just for, you know, a lot of parts of the campaign. In addition, here's what I'm going to say. So I'm really approaching this with skepticism, or not skepticism, with caution, because I don't know how I feel about doing this, honestly. But I set up a donation page with PayPal for my YouTube account, which you can find in the description of this video, as well as in the About section of my channel. And the reason why it's there, right now the reason why it's there, is for this reason. I don't have an HD PVR that works with the PS4. I had one, obviously, that worked with PS3, but I don't have one with PS4, and so the problem there is, for one thing, YouTube now supports the upload of 60 frames per second videos, and I can't do that with the PS4 DVR. That's what I've been using this whole time to make these Last of Us remastered videos, is the PS4 DVR. So I can't make 60 frames per second videos, I can't make 1080p videos, they're all 720p. And in addition, it's just sort of a hassle to record gameplay with the DVR, because it only does it in 15-minute chunks, and it sort of limits my video making ability. Now, I'm not saying, here's what I want to be very clear about. I'm not going to stop making videos. Even if I don't get any donations, I'm still going to be making multiplayer videos. I'm still going to try to make this cinematic playthrough series. But here's what I will say. If you guys want to donate, if 60 frames per second videos and 1080p videos, and if you want to help support this cinematic playthrough project that I'm making, donations are greatly appreciated. Anything you can give me is fine. You know, I'm not even really asking you for donations, but essentially, if I can get about $200 worth of donations, I can buy the HD PVR that works with PS4, and I can start making, you know, not only videos more frequently, because it'll be easier, but higher quality, 60 frames per second, 1080p, and it'll greatly help with the cinematic playthrough. And the more donations I receive, I'll also know that there's more support behind the cinematic playthrough, and that there's more demand for multiplayer videos. So essentially what I'm saying is, if you want more videos, if you want to support what I'm doing here, you know, feel free to donate. If you can't donate, if you don't want to donate, that's absolutely fine. If you want to wait until I upload this proof of concept video of the cinematic playthrough, and then decide whether you want to donate to see if it's something like a project you want to support, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not even saying you have to donate or that I'm going to stop making videos if I'm not getting donations. That's not at all what I'm saying. All I'm saying is it's a way you can support what I'm doing, and it'll greatly help, and I can increase the quality of my videos with the more donations I get. So the link to that donation page is in the description. I'll shut up about it now because I don't want to, you know, shove it down your ear canals or whatever. I don't know how to, you know, I don't want to force it on you guys too much. So, all that being said, we're coming to the close of the match here. They are the last 3 musketeers standing there on the other team. Only have 3, or you know, they don't have any spawns left. That's it for them. And I got a little too cocky here because, you know, they downed me and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get revenge on these guys. I've been doing so well this entire match, and you know, it's never good to get angry while you're playing The Last of Us because you just end up accidentally like walking into bomb traps and running into enemy fire and shit. Impatience is just bad in The Last of Us. And it got me killed twice there. You know, I was doing so well the entire match, and then that kind of screwed up my kill-death ratio a little bit. But yeah, as far as the DLC goes, and videos you can expect of the DLC, I'm going to be making weapon reviews of every single weapon. Burst Actually, I'll get to that too in a second. But yeah, burst pistol, the crossbow, frontier rifle, and what was the other one? The tactical shotgun. And in addition, as I said, or mentioned there really quick, I'm probably going to be re-reviewing a few of the weapons in the game as well, because a lot of them have changed pretty significantly since the game has launched. For example, the burst rifle. I initially said that I didn't recommend that gun. Now that they've tweaked how many parts it takes to upgrade that gun and things like that, and as well as the machete, now that they've reduced the amount of parts it costs and given it extra durability, my opinions on these guns have changed, and so I'll probably be re-reviewing burst rifle, machete, military sniper, and flamethrower. I also have some ideas for top 5 videos. Some of you guys have said you wanted to see top 5 Last of Us maps, top 5 Last of Us guns, things of that sort, so I might be doing some of those. And I just got out of school, so I should have the time to do all of this. So, that's what's coming up. That's what you can expect in the next week or two. And that's it, guys. So thank you for watching. I appreciate your guys' support. You can follow me on Twitter at Grant Vogel if you want to get in touch with me for any reason. And yeah, that's basically it, guys. So thanks for watching. I will talk to you guys in the comments.